We could go through and tell us what you think the single most pressing issue facing us with the energy transition is. So we'll start with Evan and Pierre, Jessica, and Andrew.
Just one, eh? I would say that our biggest problem is that we have a lot of fossil fuel fired power plants that have long lifespans, and our replacement technologies are renewables, which have intermittency problems. I'm not sure that's exactly the largest problem, but it's a big one.
Oh, am I next? I wasn't sure. So
you're next. Yeah,
I'm next. So I would say the biggest challenge that I see, and I think that's the one that why we have this lecture series here, this seminar series, is we need a broader education on the topic of energy. So that goes through, like, you know, even the experts, like, you know, folks that are on this call consider ourselves somewhat experts, but there's still a lot of things we have to learn. But also, you know, the population at large, right? So we need to have this discourse so that also we can make informed decisions and informed elections, right? So this is something, I think there's a big gap between what the challenges are and what the general knowledge is out there to actually make informed decisions and what it means. And I think if we don't have this knowledge and we don't have this information, we will not make the right decisions, right? So as a collective that we actually can say in the end, yeah, okay, we signed up for that. We wanted this as a decision as a society, whatever the definition of our society is, like global, local, and all the way down to Kanaskas Valley, right? So I think this is the biggest challenge. And I think we're, as educators, we have to step up our game there a little bit.
Just to build off of that, I agree. One of the biggest issues, of course, is getting the buy-in from the general population and making sure that it's not misinformation or opinion, and it's actually grounded in science and math and fact. And the important part of educating the general population around the need for this energy transition is in order to ensure that the governments and the regulators put in place the right frameworks and policies in order to make sure that we do keep the public safe as these things transition, as we work towards moving to a different type of energy future, that those frameworks are in place and they're thought about in an equitable way. The government, of course, and the regulators are swayed by industry influence. So ensuring that industry is making awareness and outreach and education a part of their grant proposals and part of the work that's being done is crucial to this. Thanks.
I'm going to say people, and I mean that in a couple of different ways. I think the disruption to employment's way of life, local communities, et cetera, that come from both the energy transition, the people who are left to clean up what's left behind from some of the legacy assets or left with those. And then I think also globally, we're going to see, we tend to get stuck in our models and think about nice orderly transitions with global carbon prices, bringing on new innovations in ways that, you know, aggregate up all of the local disruption. And we're seeing some local disruption here. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that, a lot more of the disproportionate impact. So to me, it's people. It's figuring out how to make our policies work for people.
Thank you so much to all of you for teaching us about energy systems today and for this wonderful discussion.